Hello there, it's Iain from RTO again, with an album review for you today. We are going to look at the album that Heaven and Hell put out, called The Devil You Know. For all purposes, it's Black Sabbath Dio lineup. How did this all come about? Well, as we all know, this lineup of Black Sabbath was together from 1980 to 1982, and then briefly again from 1991 to 92, where they recorded Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules and Dehumanizer. They come back together in 2007 for the compilation remaster of the Dio years, and they ended up doing 3 tracks. And basically, that's how they decided to form the band Heaven and Hell. Tony Iommi said they changed the name because of the different lineups. Obviously, Geezer and him were doing stuff with Ozzy, and if you want to go and see Iron Man and War Pigs and that, you went and saw that. If you went to see Heaven and Hell, all you was going to get was Dio years, which made sense. So they made this one album, and boy, what an album. And if truth known, compare this to the last Black Sabbath album, 13, and The Devil You Know, I'm sorry, I prefer this one. They're both great albums, but this one sounds a lot better. I don't know why, but it does. I don't know if it's because it's that lineup. I don't just know, but I just think the riffs in this and the singing is far superior. Sorry, Ozzy, I love you to bits, but Ronnie had one up on your ear. So let's have a look at this fantastic album. Opens up with Atom and Evil, a classic Tony Iommi riff here. He was known as the king of riffs, and this one is out of the top drawer. It's got that classic sound that you associate with Black Sabbath, and Ronnie's voice in this. Oof. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant track. What a way to start the album. And then we get Fear. Fear. Geezer's Butler's bass line in this is cracking. Vinny drumming in this is top notch. Ronnie's vocals superb again. And more great riffs from Tony. It's just a brilliant track. Bible Black. This is a killer track. To me, it's a modern day version of the song Black Sabbath and Heaven and Hell combined, and it's got a solo on it that is probably one of Tony's finest. Oh, and he's done some great solos in his time, but this is just right out the top drawer. I love this track. I loved it from the moment I heard it. Double the Pain. Oh, Geezer's bottom line on this. Oh, Geezer Butler at his best. A dirty bass that he doesn't just play them notes, he hits them hard. Brilliant. Another belting riff from Tony Iommi, and Ronnie's vocals on this. Ronnie, you're the man. You are so sadly missed. One of the greatest rock voices ever. Rock and Roll Angel. Driving riff, and the harmony between Vinny and Tony in this is just brilliant. They just play off each other so well. Great track. Turn on the Screw. Again, just a killer track. Belting riffs from Geezer. He's on fire in this. Very much in the vein of NIB. That sort of, the bass is just brilliant. Then we get Eating the Cannibals. Oh, this is fast, heavy, in the style of Neon Nights. Again, top draw material. Follow the Tears. Love the riff and keyboard at the beginning of this. And then Ronnie's growling vocal just blows you away. Oh, when I was listening to this, I listened to this again last week. Cranked it up. It was in the middle of the day, no one about. Give it plenty, and it just sounds brilliant. Then Neverwhere, another great rocker, great riffs, really upbeat rocker, terrific song. Breaking Into Heaven. This is just awesome from start to finish. Killer track to end the album. I tell you what, Ronnie James Dio sounds as good as he did when he was with Elf. His voice just has not, it never changed. Even when he was the live stuff, when he was starting to feel ill, he gave it 100% all the time. I saw him once, not with Black Sabbath. I saw him at a concert where he supported Alice Cooper, and he was just absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite gigs. Okay then, so the reason why they got back to make this album, and this is an honourable mention, but before we go in that, I've got to give The Devil You Know an RTO ranking of 10 out of 10. All the way. Best, one of the best albums from a Sabbath. Because I do consider it a Sabbath album. And I think a lot of fans do as well. It's up there. So, how did they get together? So we're going to have an honourable mention of another album, the compilation album that came out in 2007, Black Sabbath, the Dio years. It was remastered stuff from the albums Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules and Dehumanizer, and there's also a live version of Children in the Sea taken from Live Evil. But I also decided to record 3 brand new tracks. So on this album you get Neon Nights, Lady Evil, Heaven and Hell, Die Young, Lonely Is the Word, The Mob Rules, Turn Up the Night, Voodoo, After All, The Dead, TV Crimes, The Brilliant Eye, and a live version of Children of the Sea. But the last 3 tracks were all brand new songs for the album. That's the only reason I brought this, because it's 3 new songs. We've got to listen to this. The first one, The Devil Cried Out. You know, this is the first song I'd heard from this lineup of Black Sabbath in many a year. It was amazing. I love this track. It's my favourite out of the 3 new tracks off this. It is just amazing. Shadow on the Wall. Oh, Geezer's bass line in this again is absolutely dynamite. And then we end up with a little track called Ear in the Wall, which is a very fast rocker. It's in the vein of Mob Rules, Neon Nights, that sort of style of rock. It is terrific. So again, you know, I'm not going to give this such as a ranking, an official ranking, but because I don't normally do compilations, but for them 3 tracks alone, you've got to. If I was ranking this, it'd get a 9. It's not being ranked, but you know, it's a 9 out of 10 album, and it's a good album. If you like to have all your Dio Black Sabbath in one place, this is a pretty good album. Anyway, this is the last show of the week. It's the weekend. Got to go and do weekend things, chill out, and we'll be back on Monday. Monday we've got Creed, we've got an unsigned band to look at, Echo 7 from Canada, and a classic album from Simon and Garfunkel. So everyone have a fantastic weekend, and I'm just going to do a little message to another YouTuber. I don't know if she'll watch this, but it's Neve the Prog Nerve. She's taking a break, a well-deserved break. As I put in when she put a little announcement up, I don't, anyone that runs a YouTube channel works very hard. It's a lot of work to put all this together, because it's not a case of it's not a case of just sitting here. You've got to listen to the stuff, and that's what I do. I like to give you a little bit of insight of all the tracks on the albums, and you can't do that by memory. You have to sit and listen. Then you have to edit it and put it all together. So have a great rest, Neve, and we'll look forward to see you back on the airwaves very, very shortly. So everyone else, have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you all Monday. Bye for now.